Okay, good evening and welcome to this special edition of an update on both channels. I'm your host, Jason DeCanio, giving you some of the updates that are going to happen on both the Legacy of Queens and the Queens New Yorker archives, as well as Jay's All TV and Sports channel. First of all, let me say I hope you're having a safe summer and that you had a very safe 4th of July. And when we last were together, we had wrapped up the second season of Wipe Those Tears. Finally got the NES games done with all the group. And we'll all be back in September to start season 3 with something different. So just wanted to let you know that it took 50 some episodes to finish all those NES games, but we got through them. And we thank you for your patience, and it was fun grading them. But I don't think we're going to go back to those for quite a long time, because we still have some other tier maker images to work on, including the Activision one that we had started on episode 3. We had left way back, and we're going to pick up that one sometime in the next season. We're also going to look at some more game show stuff. We've kind of touched base on those on the off weeks. We weren't doing the NES games. And anything else you'd like to see us for, we would love your suggestions as well. This stream is live, apparently. I guess. Wow. Okay. I wasn't expecting it to be live. I expected it to be a recording. So with that, I just want to say that the Legacy of New York and the Queens New Yorker Archives has 110 subscribers. Thank you. And Jay's All TV and Sports channel just picked up its 137th subscriber. So thank you very much for your continued support of the YouTube channel, as well as on Spotify. And, of course, if you're in the Facebook group pages, as my friends, we just added a whole bunch of people to those New York pages. The Queens New Yorker will celebrate its 11th anniversary this September, right after Labor Day. And we pick up where we have left off, which, of course, is Long Island. We hope to finish all of that before the end of this year. That way we can start on January with some new things going on and look at more great landmarks and topics that deal with Queens. A note of seriousness, though, I would like to take and let you ponder for a couple of months before we get back on to recording new episodes of the Queens New Yorker. We're going to continue to put all the back episodes on both one channel and, of course, update ourselves with the Legacy of Queens, which will be on Sunday nights with the new season 6, starting. So that'll be fun. But I wanted to touch base with my New York friends, those who are still up in New York and Queens, and who I went to high school with, who I went to elementary school with. I want you to know that whatever happens in the next months ahead with the city, with the way things are going with the crime and who might be mayor and all this chaos, I want you to understand that New York is still going to be a strong city, regardless of who would want to change it to something that is not what it is. Okay. We're not going to go into the 11th season on a sour note. We hope that you guys will make wise decisions in your voting and your elections and vote in the right people that need to run the 5 boroughs and, of course, the state for that matter. But I myself, being that I've been in Florida for 30 years, and I still have ties to my New York background, I want you to know that we're not going to talk about that kind of stuff on the Queens New Yorker, let alone also the Legacy of Queens. We might touch base on the mayors and governors that have come through the state, on their good stuff and their bad stuff, but we're not going to kind of tie it in to what's going on now. You probably have already heard a bunch of that stuff. And I sure as heck don't want to give my unadulterated opinion upon it because I know I might piss some people off. And I don't want to lose my great supporters on Spotify who've been with me. And we all already have 97 followers on Spotify. Thank you very much for your continued support there. We have well over 11,000 listens, and we're going to continue to go on in the 11th season with more great content. And we're going to focus solely on what is our 5 boroughs. Okay, even though we've touched on Queens and we've looked at Long Island and we're still in that area, we're going to focus on those things. And so that's what I'm going to give you in this next season of the Queens New Yorker, as well as the Legacy of Queens. Now, on to Jay's All TV and Sports channel to let you know that season 3 of Wipe Those Tears will take place the second Wednesday of September. So let me give you an actual date of that, because we won't be on the week of Labor Day. The guys have off Labor Day. I think Labor Day is Labor Day is Monday, September 1st. So we will be on Wednesday, September 10th. Yep. So September 10th is our return date for the Wipe Those Tears, season 3. I think that's episode, if I'm not mistaken, 55 or 56. Somewhere along the lines. I'm going to have to look at where my show, if I can do that. I don't want to go to my update page. I want to look at that really quick and give you a statistics on it. All right, let's see. Okay, the last show we did, 57. Okay, so we will be back with episode 58 this coming September 10th. Mark your calendars, 9 p.m. start time, 2-hour show, and we hope that you'll be with us. Yes, thank you, David, for having me on. I really appreciate the invitation. It was great seeing all of you and talking with you and hanging out. And, of course, I want to wish, of course, Rant and Rave a 300th anniversary episode. Congratulations on that. That was a really good show. You guys did a fantastic job. The game show recordings for the new seasons of Joker's Wild, Tic-Tac-Toe, and Blockbusters will start up in September. We have not, me and Brandon Scruggs have not come up with a start date, but it will be on one of the Mondays. I think it's going to be on the 10th or the 17th starting in September. But do check MVG Productions on Discord to find out when that's going to happen. I'll give you guys some promos to let you know when that's going to happen. That way you can become a contestant on the show. I will say this. Blockbusters is going off after this season. Season 6 will be the last season that I will be doing Blockbusters. Yes, that is correct. I am ending Blockbusters on this final 10 weeks. We will finish and wrap up. We had a great Tournament of Champions in season 5, and we gave away lots of money. But the views have kind of basically made their own recognition that you guys like Joker's Wild and Tic-Tac-Toe much better. So we're going to keep them on. They'll be on for season 5. And season 6 will be the last season of Blockbusters for me. And whoever else wants to do it can have reins at it. You can talk to Scruggs or get the programs and, run the show and try to see how far you can go on the reign. It's a great show, but it's a tough one. I could tell. And I'm going to hope to do Card Sharks with Brandon Scruggs. I would like to have him run the board. Well, of course, I host the show. It would be nice to get everybody involved. I think that brings a lot of people interacting because it's an easier show to do than Blockbusters. Blockbusters is one of those shows where, of course, Brandon Scruggs has the questions that he had used over the course of his time, and he let me borrow them, which I'm very grateful for. But the Gold Run can be a tough one for that. So I want to give you guys a show where you can interact more with everybody. And I think Card Sharks will be that show. And so when we wrap up our 10 weeks in September to November, we'll come back in January in the spring and start season 1 of Card Sharks. And whoever would like to help me with that, I would greatly appreciate it, because I have the question book for Card Sharks. Okay, so I don't have to worry about the questions. I just need the board, and we need to cut some promos and do some other things as well. So if you have OBS, great. If you want to get involved with that, that'd be great. The Positive Vibe. This is going to be a new show that I'm bringing in September. It's kind of like what we had with DMS 3000 News and the nightly news here. Every one of the articles is a positive article pertaining to something that has happened on a positive note. We'll get our news from the Good News Network, the Happy News Network. I know, right? These are actual websites that all they do is talk about positive news. You've heard a lot of negative stuff on news and news outlets, and I think it's time we get something where it's all positive all the time. We'll also have commentaries on gospel readings. I know that's kind of boring, but it is positive, and it gives you a chance to reflect. Yeah, it's kind of like a Sunday morning show spinoff in a way. They're all commentary 90 minutes. I like doing those kind of shows because you can go on different topics and look at different things. Of course, we got a lot of stuff from the Reader's Digest, which was fantastic, because the Reader's Digest has a lot of topics that have a lot of great stuff. And I was glad to share that information with you as well. So the Positive Vibe is going to have a whole new logo. As you can see, the background on this screen is part of that Positive Vibe. Now, let me see if I can show you the intro. I think I can do that. And it's going to cut me off, but that's okay. Let me get that real quick so you can see it. Here we go. Well, I hope you like that. That was a 40-second intro, and that's what you're going to see at the beginning of our show, and it'll cut right to me. And then we have a sound effect here I used for the anniversary celebration. Yeah, that's actually from a current affair. So as you can see, this show is going to hopefully be the staple 5 days a week. And thank you, John. I appreciate it. Yeah, I did that all with I did that all with Canva. The current affair. Yeah, a current affair was first launched in 1989 with the then Maury Povich, before he went on the crazy show of his with all the paternity tests. He actually hosted a current affair, which has been on now for the last almost 40 some years. I think it's going to celebrate 40 years in about 4 more years. So it's been on for 36 years. But it's a great show. I mean, and that sound effect, well, that's original to a current affair. It's probably about a 15-second sound effect. But we'll have more sound effects as well. Also would like to thank, of course, Emu. That's Brandon Bogard. Oh, okay. Speaking of Canva, I may need help with thumbnails. Yeah, sure. Anytime you need any help. I mean, I can make logos for anything you guys want. put them up there. I have a free account with Canva. So the Positive Vibe will be another great show. I'm going to bring back Retro Toys and Games. That's going to be season 4. And we're going to pick up with the Console Wars. So that would be episode 70, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, in the realm. You can see a lot of that on Rumble, but we have it here on All TV and Sports Channel as well. From the stretch is going to be history. There will be 3 current events that pertain to the history of our world, and we'll look at those events. It'll be on for about 15 to 20 minutes, and it's a daily show. And, of course, Versus. Yeah, we had our first season of Versus, 13 episodes, where we pit 2 things of contrasting, like Burger King versus McDonald's or Matchbox versus Hot Wheels. I've gotten some great suggestions for this next season from a couple of my friends. One is Mario versus Sonic, and that's from Mark Leota. But if you have a suggestion of who we can pit against, let us know. That would be great. Mario versus Sonic. Yep, that's right. Or it could be what's another contrast of two different things? If you could think of something, send it through, and we'll definitely put it in our new season. Anything we did Coke versus Pepsi. So look back at our back episodes, because they got some great views as well. So those are some of the shows that are going to pick up in the fall season on All TV and Sports Channel. The Queens New Yorker and the Legacy of Queens will pick up on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we'll have all of that. I'll give you the schedule sometime. StreamYard, I'm shutting StreetYard. Oh, yeah, the General Lee versus Kit. That's a good one. How about the General Lee versus Starsky and Hutch car, the Ford Torino? Now, that's an even better comparison, because there's no computer graphics in either car. And I think there was even one on YouTube where they pitted the General Lee, the Dodge Charger versus the Ford Gran Torino, and the Dodge Charger just smoked the Gran Torino. But then again, I don't know if it was meant to happen that way, but whatever engines they put in it at the time, they said which car was better on the racetrack, and it turned out the Dodge Charger was the better of the two. Yep. So with that, we're going in the direction to the 137 subscribers on All TV Sports Channel. Thank you very much. We appreciate your support. To the 110 subscribers on the Legacy of New York and the Queens New Yorker Archives, thank you for your continued support. We hope you'll follow us also on Spotify. And like I said, the group pages on Facebook, they are primarily for my friends. Some of you are already in there, and we thank you for your continued support. If you'd like to help out by posting any of your shows on the All TV and Sports Channel, drop me a line, and I'll definitely get you guys promoted on. However we want to work, I want to work with the networks and help everybody out as possible. We're all in this together, and I think with our collaborative minds, we can really definitely do what we need to do. With that, I'm already on almost 20 minutes, and it's getting late. So with that, look for me to come back sometime after August. The StreamYard website, I'm going to put on pause for a month. And that's a good way. That's a good way if you don't want to continually have monthly recurring payments. You can always suspend your streaming, and you won't get charged for that month. So it kind of saves you a little money in the long run, but you're down for a cycle. It's okay, because we're not really doing much in the summertime. So that kind of works out pretty well when you want to kind of save a little money and you don't have anything going on at the current time. With that, I say thank you again. Have a great night and a fantastic weekend. Bye for now.